said, the Lord said, judge not lest you be judged. So now how do we handle when we're faced with something that looks like a lie? Which is what we have seen in some of these publications. Well, here's what he said. The Lord expects us to be fruit inspectors. Look at the apple. Make sure you're not eating a worm before you ingest it.
Thank you, Matt. All right, well, we have worked many hours to try to give you the one-stop voter shop for all of East Texas. And we are volunteers. We are trying to improve all the time. So no, it may not be perfect. It may not be what you want. But we feel that this does serve a need that is going on right now. So if you will divert your attention to this left screen right here, you'll notice we have a new tab, and the new tab says 2012 One-Stop Voter Information. Okay, so that's where you're going to get all the information that we're going to be covering today. 2012 One-Stop Voter Information. And before we go into the races and these other great links, we're going to start with other voter resources because it's important that you know what precinct you're in, what congressional district, what senatorial district. It's great to know all that information before you go to the polling place. And even if you know where that information is, now you know where to direct someone if they don't know where that information is. So we're going to start with this link right here, second from the bottom.
Nope. Excuse me. Let's try this.
Okay, so we're going to click this link right here, second from the bottom. It says to determine if someone is registered and what precinct they are in. And this takes you to the Texas Secretary of State. And right here, find my polling place. So click that.
Okay.
Okay, so polling place search location. The easiest thing to do is to click this last circle which says find by last and first name. So you'll click that.
This went so perfectly during practice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We need to have another rehearsal.
This is what happens when you try to synchronize. It really is easier. Okay, so we're just going to use my information as an example. This is how easy it is. You enter your last first name. Make sure you select the county.
Thanks for the reminder.
So Smith County, last name, first name, birthday, and then the zip code.
Nah, I can't see it on the screen. There's supposed to be a scroll bar over here. Oh, here we are.
Right.
See it now.
Yeah.
7-5.
And then you'll just click next. And this great information pops up. And what you'll want to pay attention to is this information on the very bottom right here, which tells you your precinct number. And that's important because everyone's ballot may not be the same. It'll be dependent upon your precinct. Okay, so there's Smith County, Precinct 7, all kinds of good information. Now up here, polling places, there's a link, and when you click that link, this screen pops up. And this is for early voting purposes. But if you scroll down at the bottom, this tells us that for my early voting purposes, I need to go to 200 East Ferguson, Suite 500. Bob, if you'll scroll up just a little bit. This is also neat because this number has gone up significantly since we were in here just last night. Early voter turnout, primary 2012. These are live numbers. So today, May 17th, we've had 1,000, and it looks like 1,002 folks who have gone into early vote for a running total of 4,247. So that's okay. I was just saying, yeah, if your guys' ringtones go off, you might cause me to dance up here, and you don't want to see that. Okay, so we have a running total, 4,247 voters who have gone into early vote. That is an awesome number, but with the information we give you today, and if you are confident in who you're voting for, we want to see that number go way up. Okay, so let's go back to this side, back to the main website, and we're going to start with races. So we'll go back to one-stop voter information, and we will click the races, because by golly, that's what you guys care about.
This thing's faster at night.
We're probably sharing bandwidth with other people now.
You probably are. I'll close it down.
It's,
I'm sorry.
That could be me broadcasting too.
it has stage fright. Okay, so here is some very, very good information. These are reminders to reiterate. Here are the primary date, or here is the primary date, excuse me, and the early voting dates and early voting locations. Now here we have a link that has a map of the 5 early voting locations. When you click that link, this is what will pop up. It's a map of Tyler and the surrounding area. You can see there are 5 voting locations. And when you hover the mouse over one of those locations, it will give you the name of that building, the address, and the early voting locations and hours. So it's another great tool. You need to use the map to locate it. For those that are in White House, for instance, you're going to go to this location. Just another great link to use. Okay, so back over here, we're going to scroll down. And here's the information broken down by races. So as you can see, we have Smith County races, state races, and the presidential race. We're going to start with Smith County races. And when you click that link, this will pop up over here. Smith County races. We started off with the County Commissioner Precinct 1, then we have County Commissioner Precinct 3, and as you scroll down, you'll notice that there are some highlights on the page. Now, it's important to note that when something is highlighted, that represents an endorsement from Grassroots America, We the People. So here for Precinct 3, you can see it says 7 of 9 Grassroots America board members voted to endorse Terry Phillips for re-election to Precinct 3 County Commissioner. Down here, we also have the candidates and their websites if they've provided them. And if you were not able to attend a candidate forum, we've posted a link to a YouTube channel we have that has the full unedited recording of the debate. If there are any edits, it's just something that had dead time. People were setting up, but none of the text or dialogue has been edited. So you feel free to use those YouTube links. We go down, we have Constable race, Constable Precinct 2. Right here we have Andy Dunklin, Precinct 3, Scott McCauley. Again, links to their websites. Constable Precinct 5, we have Kenneth Bibby. And down here we have Smith County Sheriff. As many of you know, there was a unanimous vote to endorse Larry Smith. So his name is highlighted, as well as his name right by his website. So if you would like to check out his website, there it is. We also have links to statements from Grassroots on why they've endorsed Larry Smith. So if you would like to read that statement, there it is right there. We also here again have 2 more videos of the candidate forums. We scroll down, we have the district judge for the 7th and 114th judicial districts, county tax assessor collector, and the Republican Party county chairman. All of these candidates are unopposed, so that's why their names are standalone. So that about does it for the county races. Let's go back over here, and we're going to scroll down. So we've looked at the Smith County races. Now let's look at the state races. When you click that link, this screen will pop up. Right here we have United States Senator. As you can see, very breaking news that Grassroots has decided to endorse Ted Cruz. So his name has just very freshly highlighted. So you guys are the first to see that. Again, all, all of the links. We have United States Representative District 1. That's Louis Gohmert, and he has no challenger. Texas Railroad Commission, place 1. There's a recommended vote for Becky Berger or Roland Sledge. So notice if there's a highlight, that doesn't necessarily mean there was a full endorsement. It could mean the grassroots board highly recommends this candidate or these candidates. So pay attention to those highlighted names. We go down, we have Commissioner Place 2, Greg Parker. Texas judicial races, Justice Don Willett, Joe Poole Jr., and then we have more candidates for the Texas Supreme Court, Court of Criminal Appeals, and here, something that a lot of you are paying a lot of attention to, our State Board of Education. As you can see, we have a highlight for the endorsed Randy Stevenson and his link. Again, we have links if you guys were not able to attend the candidate forums. This first one, if you guys will recall, Randy Stevenson was the only person who was able to come, so his link is there. And Thomas Ratliff was the only presenter at the second forum. And I will note it is audio only, but you'll get the information just the same. We scroll down. We have the state legislative candidates. We have District 1 up here. District 5, there's an endorsement for Brian Hughes. District 6, which is a very hot race going on right now, we have an endorsement for Matt Schaefer. Excuse me. Here is another statement on why Grassroots has decided to endorse Matt Schaefer. So if that is important to you, the link is there, as well as a video from the candidate forum. And then down here we have Justice 12th Court of Appeals, District 3. Okay, so going back over here, we also have a link for the presidential race. And we won't go over that. Grassroots does not endorse the presidential candidate, but it has made, there is a statement saying that there will be support for whoever the Republican nominee is. So if you're more interested in that, just click on that link and you can read that at home. Okay, so those are the races. Those are very important links if you want to get more information on those races. We have endorsements. The endorsement process, kind of what Doug was talking about earlier. The board members take this very seriously, and they will not just vote for the popular person. I mean, they debate, they talk these things through, they pray about it. So if you'd like to really read more about the endorsement process, that is stated right there. There's the handy reference of Grassroots endorsements, which we'll talk about in just one second. And if you don't want to, or you forgot where the endorsements were for Sheriff and Texas House District 6 race, we provided those direct links right here.
And I'll add Cruz there, I just forgot.
Okay, and that will be, I mean, we will constantly update this thing as information comes in. So it's important that you guys get familiar and you check back. So let's go to the top of this page. Okay, we're going to go here and let's talk about these other tabs we have here. Right here is the handy reference endorsement. And that link is available on this page, but we're going to go ahead and click that. Now this is a great handout for you to print. It prints very nicely on 2 pages. And it has a list of, again, all all the early voting dates and hours, the early voting locations, as well as a list of all of the candidates that Grassroots is endorsing. So if that is something that is important to you, please go to this page, print this out, take it with you to the polls, because you are allowed to take notes with you to the polls. Okay, let's go back up to the top. Okay, the 5 resolutions for the Republican platform for the primary ballot, excuse me. These resolutions are going to be on your ballots. They are yes, no. These will not affect any laws that are in effect. They are meant to give, and for the people to have a chance to give advice to the Texas GOP. So please read over these carefully. Understand what a yes means to that statement and understand what a no means to that statement, because sometimes you can get mixed up. And it's actually the opposite. So we have that up there.
Are you telling us what Grassroots recommends on these?
We have not.
Joanne said she felt like these were simple enough that we can read and decide for
It's
ourselves.
just the way they word it. Even
Yeah.
I was reading when I went to early vote. And sometimes they'll put 1 or 2 words and twist it on you so that you put no. And you're thinking, okay, well, did that mean yes or no?
I know.
I'm all for it, but
Yeah.
it just
Yeah.
takes 2 words on me.
Well, she said if
So
there
I
seemed
think
to be
they're
a
all
need,
yeses. I
yeah.
think they're all yeses, but it.
The redistricting one, I'm not sure.
They won't use it anymore.
And if you have questions, please shoot us an email. Ask one of the board members for advice. Say, this is what I think this says. Can you confirm this for me? And we would be happy to help you think through that.
Also, Natalie, I haven't looked at the Texas Eagle Forum voter guide, but I'm confident in that one. So if you have any questions about it, I'm pretty sure
I think they can hear me. I'm confident that the Texas Eagle Forum guide is one that you can count on, and I'm pretty sure they would have these on there. I haven't checked, but that would be the first voter guide I would go to if I was unsure on any of them.
Okay, great resource. Thank you.
I think it's one of our links.
yes, you have it on the link.
Yeah. Okay, so that actually is a very good transition to the last link I'd like to show you, conservative voter guides. Okay, you guys can read this at home, but this is just why we spent hours and hours on this information.
There's Texas Eagle Forum.
Yeah, right here. If you scroll, go ahead and scroll down all the way, Bob. If you go right here, Texas Eagle Forum's 2011 Legislative Scorecard. Excellent link. We've got great links here, but if all of these links are kind of overwhelming to you and you're saying, oh, I don't have time to click everything, one that we do recommend that you look at, as well as Texas Eagle Forums, is votesmart.org. Now,
Natalie, point out that the first Texas Eagle Forum is the legislative scorecard. You have to go down to the Heritage Alliance Texas Eagle Forum. And
okay.
they teamed up, and that's where you're going to find information about those resolutions.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we'll make sure we make that very clear.
Would
right
you
here.
repeat it? Repeat what she said about
Yeah,
that link.
yeah. Right here, the Heritage Alliance / Texas Eagle Forum / Liberty Institute's 2012 voter guide. Right here is a very excellent link to go to. And are we able to maybe put that on, make that the first link so it's easier to find?
That would be good.
Okay, so we will work on that. Have patience with us. We will do that as fast as possible, but we will put this voter guide, we'll make that the first link. So anyone else you're sharing this information with, just tell them it's the first link. Another one we recommend is votesmart.org. Now, all of the information has been updated for 2011, but if you would like to see campaign finance reports, grades from different PACs and groups, that is an excellent website to go to. And, okay, Bob is going to pull that up. So we're just going to look at Lou Gomer. Even though he's unopposed, we want to see if he's doing a good job. So you put his name up there, you click down here. information will pop up: picture, birthplace, religion, his election dates, everything. So if we scroll down, recent key votes, which is awesome, recent public statements, great. Nothing better than hearing things from the horse's mouth.
And then here's all his contact information: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and the location of all his physical offices in East Texas.
Yeah.
I've been using VoteSmart for almost 20 years and contributing to them. And the thing that is the most powerful for me anyway are these ratings. And they're all the different interest groups. If you're like pro-abortion, you go to the NARAL and see if he's 100% or not. Or, you know, the NRA, conservative. They also have Eagle Forum, agriculture issues, business issues, Heritage Alliance. So you can get these ratings, and if you click on it, let's see, let's find do you say a Heritage up there anywhere?
And it's easier to see on the real internet than on these screens.
Yeah, okay. But one of the
Why don't you go to the very top again, to
okay.
abortion issues? Something that I just want to point out real fast. Okay, right here. NARAL, Pro-Choice America, gave him a 0%. So if cheer, awesome.
Okay. And
So if you are looking at ratings and you see that the candidate you like has a 0% rating, make sure you pay attention. Who is saying this person is 0% in our books? Sometimes that's an excellent thing. Other times, not so much.
And I clicked on that link, and it brought up a bunch of ratings here. Now you can sort these ratings by clicking this tab right here. And then all the ones that are 100%, you'll notice they're all Democrats, 100% for abortion. And then you scroll on down, and you might start seeing some Republicans in here, some of the rhinos. When let's see.
Oh, it's too bad you have to go so far to get down the street.
Yeah. So anyway, then you start seeing maybe who the good guys are. But you can.
Click it twice, will it get you started with 0 instead of starting with 100?
I bet it would. It'll
Let's try again. Let's try it real
sort it
quick.
the other way.
Click it, it does the switch.
Maybe not.
No.
But anyway, I usually go to Heritage Alliance and look at what their scores have been. And you can also look, the longer they've been in office, they have a tendency to get lower scores on Heritage, you know. And then you can also go to their PAC money, follow their contributions. Let's see if I can get back to, where would that be? Hit the back button. Let's see. Okay, so this is sort of the main page for Louis Gohmert, and then they have campaign finance data, and it shows a summary of where they're getting their money from, like total raised, total spent, cash on hand. Southside Bank is the biggest. There's 11,000. But anyway, and this data was provided by Open Secrets. There's others that data provided by Follow the Money and stuff. But anyway, it's really interesting. You can see how much is from PACs, how much is from individuals, and yada yada. So
yeah. So another great resource you can use, and that link is on our website. Okay, so Bob, if you'll go back to our homepage.
I was. Let's see, where is our homepage?
Very left, right here. Okay, and click the races. Scroll all the way to the bottom. Now you can print these pages if you want, but if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you can't see this says share this, which is very important because now we have all this great information, but are we just going to sit on it?
No.
Just ponder and think about it? No, we need to tell your grandchildren, your neighbors, your cousins, we need to tell everyone to do this. That's why we made this available. So here we have Twitter, MySpace, but here's the big one at the bottom. And I know if you've attended any of my social media seminars, you have a Facebook, and I know which one of you has a Facebook. So I expect you to be using this, sharing this on this important information. When you click on that link, it will bring up your Facebook account with a pre-made link. All you need to do is type in your own message and then you can share. So to quickly give you some pointers on what to write when you're sharing that info, I'm going to invite Mac back up here.
I'm not going to tell you what to write. I'm going to make some suggestions on some rules that are very useful in trying to make sure that whenever the person receives what you have written, one, they'll be interested in reading, and two, they will continue to read what you send later on. Very simple little rules.
Hold that close to
And,
the mic.
Follow the mic.
Swallow
Follow the
the
mic.
mic.
Okay. I'll start with a little story. I saw this. It was actually a film of from a police cruiser's camera. Guy was making a patrol at night. He noticed the tail light out on a Suburban, and he pulled them over. Now, the two brothers that were in the Suburban didn't know why they were being stopped, but they knew that they were bad guys. And they piled out of the Suburban and started shooting at the law enforcement officer. Well, he hunkered down behind the door of his car and returned fire. He emptied his gun, reloaded, and emptied his gun again. And then as he was reloading the third time, the two brothers piled back in the Suburban and drove off. Now, later, they were apprehended. Their Suburban did not need body work. The policeman had not hit it a single time. Okay?
What?
The point is, take aim before you pull the trigger. That's the first rule. Know what you want to say. The second thing is, keep your facts straight. Don't talk with opinions, not with feelings, not with suspicions. Use facts.
Amen.
Your credibility goes right out the window if you're not using facts. Tell them